Hey guys, so I am normally a guitarist, as you will know, so sorry to any bassists that I made cringe with my terrible techniques. I had a lot of fun making this, but it doesn't mean that I'm any good at bass. So let's start with the specifications. This is the Ibanez SR870. The body is made from mahogany. We've got these massive pickups. These are the Bartolini BH2 pickups. Both I think are humbuckers. I don't really know how that works with bass, if it works the same way as guitar. So one of the things I like most about this bass is this bridge. You've got so much control on these saddles, it's unreal. So this finish is a maple, flame maple, fairly standard for a top piece. But this gorgeous autumn colour. I almost wanted to call it a burst then, but it's not, it's a fade, isn't it? I suppose there's probably a more specialist name for it than that, but I don't know it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. You can see under the strings you've got a centerpiece, and then you've got these two wings. Even though it's a bass, we've got this really nicely curved out the way so we can reach all of those higher frets with ease and comfort. And we've got a nice good jack angle there, so if you tread on your lead, you're more likely to break it than pull it out the bass, but hey, some people prefer that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Right, I think that's all of the main specs about the body covered, so let's get into the confusing bits here. So we've got a lot of controls for the fact we've just got two pickups. So let's go into this. First of all, we have a master volume, okay? Standard, what you expect. The one closest to the pickups is your master volume. Then this dial here is actually our pickup selector. So we can actually select if we want to be 100% on the bridge pickup, 100% on the neck pickup, complete split, or any dial between them. So it's great having a pot to control those. This switch here, because we've got a pickup switch is actually a pot, this isn't a pickup switch, this is a mid-frequency pitch. Mid-frequency switch, and therefore this gives us slightly different EQ tones as a switch. Then we've got a 3-band EQ. We've got treble, mid and bass pots that we control on the actual instrument. So instead of a single tone, we have a 3-band EQ and a mid-frequency switch, which is just crazy. The amount of different tone you can get is so subtle as well that if you don't know what you're listening for, you might not even notice you're changing anything until you do a drastic change. So there's so much control in the tone here, it's unbelievable, especially with that free dial between them, and then obviously your master volume. So I have not found a single instrument with as much control options as this one for its tone changing. So that's everything on the main body covered, so let's have a look in the neck. So the neck, what we've actually got here is an ultra thin nut. Like, the scale width here is so small, I almost feel like I'm playing a ukulele more than a bass. It's so tiny up this end. But we come up to some nice width up here. The neck, as Ibanez always do, is fairly thin, but because it's so thin here, it still feels like more of a C shape. Although up here it's definitely nice and flat compared to a C. So we've got a 5-piece neck. This is a mixture of Jabota and walnut. 5-piece making it really strong and durable, and obviously with those woods we've got some nice mid and low tones coming through, especially when it's mixed with the mahogany body, which is awesome. The fretboard, we have 24 frets, so we've got a 2-octave range on each string, and we've got these really cool oval inlays, which I just think look pretty cool. It's quirky. I'm used to seeing circles, squares, your shark tooth triangles, but don't often see ovals, so it's a nice little touch. I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's all of our specifications. Next thing is, this retails for around the £800 mark. 5-string a bit more, the 4-string a bit less. The 5-string version would be, instead of the 870, would be the 875. I'm not sure if they do that in the same colour or not. But this one you can get at the moment for $710 on Amazon. There's a link in the description if anyone's interested in grabbing one. I love how thin this is. So let's get on to our pros and cons. Pros, we have this lush thin neck. We can move up and down it really fast. It's quite easy to play. We can play with the action and the intonation with so much room that if you wanted to change string gauge and things, you wouldn't have an issue with a lot of changes. Great for that. Really good tones that we can achieve out of it. Not saying I got the best tone out of it myself, but we can achieve some amazing tones. Other pros than that, I mean, it looks gorgeous, nice thin curve, really comfy to play. Really lightweight. I can imagine playing a long set with this and not having any issues. Yeah, I think there's loads of pros to sing about this guitar, but let's get on to the few cons that I've managed to find. So the first con I would say is just how thin the nut end is here. Just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel that natural for getting a good clean bass sound. I just feel a bit cramped. Like I say, it's like playing a ukulele with wide frets. Wide this way, not this way, obviously. Then other cons, well, active pickups, you've got to replace the battery, not necessarily a con for some. I do try and avoid active because I'm too lazy at remembering to change batteries, but that's just laziness, right? Then we've got such a confusing array of tones. Now that's both a pro and a con. That is definitely both. If you are relatively new to bass, or just new to music in general, so don't understand all the crazy EQ levels you can get, this can be a bit daunting and a bit over the top. But then again, if you're a precision bassist, you've been playing for a while, and you really know what tone you want, then these are going to be gorgeous. They're going to be exactly what you need, because it gives you every bit of control. So that's kind of like a pro and con. It's got loads of options, which means you can get loads out of it, but it can also be really confusing. I think that is it for cons. And if you notice, all of those were personal again. I can't really fault much on it. I mean, the only other con I could say is it's a bass and I'm a guitarist. The con is I can't play it. So yeah, beautiful guitar. Absolutely love it. So if you enjoyed that, please tap and like that subscribe button, sweep down to the comment section and let me know what you thought, and don't forget to hit that bell as well. As with all of these, I'm going to make the backing track available for a video of itself so you guys can jam along as well. The track itself will be available on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music and all of the other ones that I can't be bothered to list right now. If you haven't already, then please check me out on Instagram. That and the Facebook page will be linked in the comment section below. And as always, if you want to show that extra bit of support, I do have a Patreon page which you can donate towards this stuff. Like I say, for once I've got a second camera. Ooh, second camera. I mean, I've had a second camera, but one that's actually good. Always, the Guitar Ninja merch is available. We've actually got some really cool new stuff coming in as well. This is the only things available on Amazon. There are some things on some other sites that specialise in doing printable merch. Links to every single thing I've mentioned, the guitar, the equipment that I've used in this video, the t-shirts that I'm wearing, the backing track, the downloadable songs, all of that will be available in the description. Just check them out below. So the final thing, if you make guitars or you make backing tracks yourself, I am really interested in trying to get involved with having some other people getting involved in this channel to some level. So if you've got a backing track you'd like me to jam over, and if you've got a guitar that you made yourself that you would like me to demo in one of my videos, then please message me, get hold of me. Again, contact details will be in the description below. I'd love to hear from you. It would be great to start doing some collab work in this channel in the near future, so give us a shout. So once again, tap that like and subscribe, smack the bell and sweep down to the comment section and let me know what you thought of that bass. I've got to say a massive thank you to Seb for lending me his bass, one of my bass students. Absolutely love the thing. The guy's been amazing and just let me walk away with it. So much love for people sharing instruments with me. You guys have been amazing and made this channel possible. You're brilliant. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!